January 17th, 1956, Ford goes public on the New York Stock Exchange 53 years after their initial launch in 1903 as a family business.
Welcome back to the Shop Mini RC, everybody. I'm Ken, and today we're looking at the new SCX24 remastered Bronco. This is the newest release from Axial. It is a re-release. Obviously, they already did the Bronco once, but now it's offered in some new colors. Look at that. An awesome green, an awesome heritage, and then the white. And it looks like we got the white. Not what Henry Ford would want. He would want all black, but hey. So let's go ahead and open this guy up, get it on the bench, and check out what's new in the new SCX24 Bronco from Axial. So we got the new Spectrum charger. That's good. These chargers are definitely an improvement over the original USB chargers that they came with. One of the really cool things about the Axial SCX24 RTRs is they're truly RTRs. They come with everything you need. You can basically buy it from the store, open it up, drive it around. It's freaking awesome. I love that they include AA's. I know it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, especially when you're talking about hobby grade RCs. Most people, you're going to have to, most bigger RCs like 1/10 scales and whatnot, you've got to buy at least the remote batteries at minimum. But even the car batteries themselves, you have to buy those. They don't come with any sort of batteries. So, that's what most people are used to when it comes to larger scale hobby grade RCs. But with Axial, their trucks are truly RTR. Look at all this stuff we got here. Axial, obviously owned by Horizon Hobby. Proline, also owned by Horizon Hobby. You can scan this QR code if you'd like. But they've got some really cool stuff. Wheels, tires, shocks, inserts, bodies, you name it. Proline makes awesome stuff for the Axial products and other stuff too. Here's our manual. Got everything in there you need. Different languages and whatnot. Man, that green one looks really cool. The really cool one, though, is this guy. This is what should have been sent to every single influencer. Every single influencer should have gotten this guy because it is cool looking. But either way, they're all very cool. It's just a personal preference, I suppose. Let's go ahead and look at this truck. And there we go. Boom. There she is. Wow, they made the windows super dark. Hold on. We're going to go get the original. Also, we already did a review on the original one a long time ago, and that video is going to be right over here, along with a playlist. We have a whole playlist of doing super cheap upgrades, like $5 or less, free and cheap upgrades to mod these guys, upgrades and mods, really. And it was like really hacking stuff together and making stuff work. Basically, no bolt-on parts. Everything was just like getting weights, wheel weights from like a real car, throwing them in there, the sticky wheel weights, putting them on there, lead weights or steel weights, and moving electronics around, all kinds of stuff like that. So we have a whole playlist I'll put over here as well that's got all kinds of high clearance link mods where we melt the links here to high clearance them and do a bunch of cool stuff that's just kind of hacker fab stuff. And yeah, definitely worth checking out that playlist and the review of the original Bronco. And we're going to go ahead and compare well, actually my Bronco is so hacked up I can't really compare it, but I'll show it. And we'll talk about the differences between this and the original released Bronco. Now we've got the oil-filled shocks and stuff like that. So we'll look at that. But yeah, let me go get that other Bronco. Here she is. Boom. Look at that. So the original release of the Bronco, this was the first time they ever had a hard body from Axial. Every truck prior to this Bronco was a Lexan body. So this was the first hard body, which was super awesome to see. The paint and the detail on these guys were just awesome, especially since, we had never seen that kind of detail before from an SCX24. Such a cool truck when it came out, and still a cool truck now. We had an interior on this guy. We had clear windows, and clearly we've done stuff. We added the light bar. We added our limb risers, things of that nature. Added some paint details to our stock wheels. We even have some, look at that. They look like disc rotors in there, brake rotors, but they are actually lead weights that we made. Now, our little video shows how we made those as well. We also chopped off the top on this guy. Boom. Put a deadbolt cage in there. Some very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. Fun. Fun. For sure. And such a cool truck. Even added a brake light. Yep. Cool truck for sure. Now this guy is kind of in a state of disrepair right now. We don't have an ESC in it. ESC's right here. The original came with the blue ESC transmitter. That's this guy here. One of the downsides to this is that you can't go brushless with it. It does not have a channel 2. There's no way to plug in any sort of brushless system at all, and that's super unfortunate. Now, the ESC itself is very good. It's a very smooth ESC. It's got good power. It feels really good for a stock ESC, and if you upgrade the motor and whatnot, even better. Upgrade the servo, handles it well, does everything great, except you cannot go brushless with it. One of the cool things about this new setup with this guy here is that you can go brushless if you want to go brushless. This also, from my understanding, has a new setup in how this opens. How do you open this guy? I don't even know how we open this thing yet. Hold on. What's happening here? There's got to be a way. What's the secret? Why am I having such an issue here? Does it just pop open? No. I don't want to break it. There's some latch in here, but I'm not sure how the latch works. Does it push? What's going on? I'm so confused. It looks like it just pulls, but I don't want to break it. Oh, it does. Okay. Woo! Yee. All right. It was on there good. So look at that. It's like a clip and a little nubby here. So that's cool. So no more Velcro, which is awesome. This guy just drops on and snaps. Boom. I like that. I definitely did that. You can see on our V1 here, we use magnets. And we also use those magnets to transmit our lights. So our power to our headlights, and up here, yep, right there. You can see we soldered our positive and negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. And then when you touch, boom, let there be light. So yeah, and there's a lot we can still do to this. I still had plans for it. We planned on changing out our wheels and tires and going brushless and doing a whole bunch of stuff. I just have not gotten around to it, but I do love the Bronco. I love it. I love the looks of it. It's just such a sharp vehicle, in my opinion. I mean, so much so that we got one of these guys in the driveway. So it happens. I would love to see a Raptor version. They need to definitely come out with the Raptor version with the hood and the fenders. And yeah, do it 2025 so that you can paint the fenders the same color as the truck and paint the top the same color as the truck, because that's a new thing on the 24s and 25s. Definitely like the painted fenders on the Raptors. Anyway, so this guy's cool. It looks like they did not give us an interior, which is a shame. I love the interiors. It's sad to see that go away. But like I said earlier, we do have the new electronics, which is awesome. If you want to go out to brushless, it's as easy as plugging into your channel 2 with your new brushless motor and ESC, and you can run it off of the stock remote. You don't have to change anything. Super cool. You can keep running. You don't have to put a whole new transmitter and receiver setup, which I will have to do with this guy if I decide to go brushless. Looks like we are running on the same tires here, same wheels, right, as the original guy. They are the Trail Grapplers, the AMTs. And they're good looking. Like I said, just add a little detail, and I think it really helps them pop a lot. So definitely something I would recommend doing if you're going to keep those stock wheels and tires. I kind of wish these were true beadlocks versus being glued on. They are glue-on tires. I would like to throw these tires on some aftermarket wheels. That would definitely be cool. Or somebody might want to throw different tires on the stock wheels. If they like those stock wheels, maybe they get them nice and painted up like this, and they want to keep their wheel and tire light, which would be ideal because you want to minimize your rotating mass. For sure, you want to add weight to like your axle, your front axle, your steering knuckles, your servo, stuff like that. Add that weight down low, but not on the rotating mass. Definitely ideal from a performance standpoint. So some people may want to keep those wheels. And if these were beadlocks versus glue-ons, I think people might consider the plastic wheels more often, especially if you can get them looking good, right? I do like the oil-filled shocks a lot. Oil-filled shocks definitely feel way better than the original just friction shocks. These friction shocks let me tell you what, they are bouncy. Bouncy, bouncy. Yuck, yuck, yuck. That's probably one of the first upgrades after wheels and tires. If you wanted to go wheels and tires, the next thing I would definitely do is some shocks on this original one. But on the new guy, buttery feels good. So we definitely don't have to worry about swapping out those shocks anytime soon, if at all. I know a lot of guys like to run these shocks because they're lightweight and they are smooth. There's like no binding in them at all. They feel so good. They feel so good. We got our standard axial servo here, that AS1. It's been around since day one. I did notice on the new Lexus, we did a review on the Lexus. You can also check that out if you like. But that Lexus with this new ESC and receiver, that servo kind of woke up. It felt like it had a lot more speed and power. Now, I don't know if that means it's going to last long, because if you're doing more speed and more power on these servos, they tend to not last forever, right? They are RTR, so it's to be expected. And almost everybody changes out the servo anyway at some point. So, but I do like that the new electronics give more power to it and make it feel a little bit more peppy, a little more snappy. Feels good for sure. Here's our standard motor, the 030 motor. And then we've got the new battery, new-ish battery. It's now, oh wait, is this one different? 350? It feels slightly different than the originals. Feels a little thinner, actually. Like it's thinner this way. Hold on. It is a different shape. Here's our previous. So let's look here. Look at this. Different shaped battery. That's new. So that's cool. Look at that. A new battery option. It's still a 350. It's still 30C output, 2S. Different battery. You know what, guys? I also just realized something. If you watch our old Axial SCX24 videos and we talk about the ESCs or any of our review videos, did the new Lexus have this? Hold on, BRB. The new Lexus. Let's look at this, because this is the most recent release. And I believe it came with this battery, and it did not have the red plug. Axial listened. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Axial. So I complained about this so much early years ago when the SCX first kind of came, not when it first came out, but like a year after it came out or so, after a couple releases. And I saw a lot of people plugging their batteries into their motor ports on accident. If you plug your battery into your motor port, it fries the ESC. Hands down. No questions asked. You're frying the ESC. It's no longer going to work. Although you could, on the V1s, the very first versions, and probably these guys as well, if that were to happen, you could probably still use it as a receiver, but you'd have to go brushless. That way you're powering through the brushless ESC into this receiver that's now fried on the ESC side, and then it would work as a receiver only. But anyway, on this guy, they made it red so that you know red goes into red, because the battery plug and the motor plug are the exact same plug. You can plug them in either way. But they made the port red and they made the battery red. I know it seems obvious, and people are like, well, don't plug your battery into where the motor goes, obviously. But it's not that simple, guys. Like people that are new, these are really aimed at newer people a lot of times. And so you're just like, new guys, or does the plug fit? Yeah, go, boom. And if they're messing with stuff, maybe they unplug their motor because they think there's something wrong, and they're like, okay, well, let me test it without the motor plugged in. And they plug in their battery, and then they fry their ESC, and then they have another problem. So awesome to see on this new battery that the plug in is red. Just that little bit helps. Such a cool feature. So Axial, you listened, or maybe they figured it out on their own, but I said it in almost every video of the early SCX24s. They need to do something to make this obvious for new people. Either change the motor plug to a different plug altogether, or color code them completely. And they did it. Axial listened. That's awesome. All right, so the new Lexus, yeah, came with a different battery. Came with this guy. And that battery, this has been the battery shape for a very long time. And now we have this new shape. So that's cool. It's literally the same exact length, but a lot more narrow. A lot more narrow. Look at that, as far as the width is concerned. Oh, that's going to be so awesome on some trucks. You'll be able to get it in so many more places. It is a little thicker, though. Just a little bit. Let me go ahead and get the calipers out. All right, original battery. 7.75, 7.7 by 30, 7 by 30 by 52, 7 30 by 52. We are now 9 by 24 That's probably the same 52, 51, yeah. So, man, that's awesome. 23, 24. The battery's almost dead. We'll call it 24, which is overestimating or over measuring. 30. So we are 6 millimeters shorter. 6.5 millimeters shorter. Boom. Or not shorter, but thinner. Freaking awesome. This is that. I know it's just a battery, I know, but I love to see new shape batteries. Such a cool thing. And again, it's just so much more thin, like narrow wise, a little thicker here, but the actual width. Yes. Okay. Anyway, so that's very cool. So that guy's going to drop right in here. Here we go. You probably want to put it this way. There we go. Nice and strapped in. You can tuck your balance lead in there. We'll probably pull this. We're going to pull this off right now. Remember this, guys, for all you new people out there, and even some of you guys have been doing this for a while, and I've seen you out there doing it, and you shouldn't be doing it. But always unplug your batteries from your trucks, and do not charge while they're in the truck, okay? Some ESCs and receivers will drain the battery even if they're off. Also, it's just a good habit to get into, to unplug and plug in when you're using and not using. I actually just leave my trucks on. They're always on. My truck's always on. And then I use the battery to turn it on and off. On, off. Truck's always on though. That way I know when it's unplugged. I know if I'm done using it, it's unplugged. It just helps save your battery. You definitely don't want to leave things plugged in when you're charging. That can also cause issues. So yeah, just keep that in mind. That's what that little warning strip right here is all about. So Yep. All right. Anyway, we're plugged in. We're on. You can see we've got lights. Our new snappy snap here. No tail lights, just front lights and fog lights for now. Looks like the body is pretty much the exact same as the original. It's got all the same details. Again, just blacked out windows and no interior. But we still got our mirrors. They're still super shiny. Super shiny. I don't know if you can see it, but they're there. They're real mirrors. Well, they're at least reflective mirrors. Full-on door handles, our nice roof rack, which we also have on this guy. We painted ours up a little bit just to get that little extra accent. Some Nitto branding there, licensed Nitto branding, very cool. This little doodad here flips so you can pull your sandboards off if you want. So that's cool. Window wipers. Original one had that too. Yep. I think the bodies are the exact same. Spare tire, Ford badge, same light buckets. Yep. Everything looks the same there, which is fine because this body is awesome. It's, again, one of the better bodies out there for a Bronco, in my opinion. I don't know of many better small-scale Bronco bodies than the SCX24 one. Again, upgraded shocks, upgraded electronics, upgraded battery, definitely huge. Upgraded body clip. This new body clip system is very cool. I'm digging that. That'll be exciting to see if they use on more in the future. A lot of people hate the Velcro just because over time it wears and starts to not hold, essentially. There's still these shock towers that have basically body clip mounts. These are body posts. So if you wanted to run body clips on like a Lexan body, you could. Where's our extras? Did our extras come with that kind of stuff? What do we get here? Yeah, here we go. There's the body post mount right there, along with Velcro. So if you don't like that clip, you can always pull it off and throw this on there. So that's nice that they included that. That guy there, bumper mount, an extra drive shaft, it looks like. Not the actual joint portion, but just the shaft itself. So that's cool, just in case you break a drive shaft or one pops off and then you lose it or something. Awesome they give that. I love when they give extra stuff, for sure. And then we had we had so many little baggies here that are sitting on our desk, some shock collar preload. So that's cool too. It would be nice if they just kind of updated these shocks to be preload, a little plastic preload ring. That would be nice. I know the Proline big bores do have a preload collar and it's adjustable, but these work too. So there's just some different thicknesses. That way you can kind of preload if you throw a trailer hitch in here or something and you need to preload that rear shock to get that spring going to keep you from squatting. You can do that. So that's cool. Need to get some batteries in this guy. This guy shouldn't even be on without the transmitter on. You should always turn on your transmitters first. That was a big no-no I just did. But I wanted to show you the lights. Let's go over this transmitter a little bit. Yeah, buddy. See what I'm saying? That new servo, or not new servo, but the new electronics really kind of make that servo pop, which is cool. And it seems like it's got some decent juice there. See that? Anyway, so our transmitter on this guy, obviously steering, throttle. We've got our steering trim here and our steering rate. Steering rate you can turn up and turn down so that you get less or more steering, max steering. And that's very important if you upgrade your servo, because some servos will go too far and that'll add stress to your servo if you have very stiff links and stuff, and you turn far and the servo wants to keep going but the knuckles don't. You could cause issues with your knuckles or your CVDs, your dog bones, or you could cause issues with your servo itself. Hold on, wait a second. Okay, yeah. Another thing, I saw the red light on this and I thought it was shining through the body. I was like, you can see the ESC light through the body? That's not good. No, it was the transmitter light. You definitely cannot see the ESC through the body. I thought you could for a second. I was like, no. Anyway, all right. So we also have a 50, 75, 100 on our throttle limiter. So you can turn that down to 50% if you've got a kiddo or you're trying to really have some slow crawl. And now, again, that's just limiting the throttle input, basically. They're not like gear shifting or anything like that, but it does help with somebody who's newer. That way their max speed is kind of limited versus having a newer kid just kind of go crazy and rip it. Hold on. That's 100. And that's 50. So it's not quite 50%. It's definitely not half speed because it's still pretty quick, but it does slow it down a little bit. I think it actually is slowing it more here. I think it's more the low end than anything. Yeah. Anyway, so that's there. And then we also have our steering reverse. So if you need to reverse your steering for some reason, you can do that. Anyway, I do like the SLT series of transmitters. They feel good. They don't feel cheap. They've got foam wheels and they've got a couple different versions. And I believe there's a receiver that you can pair to this if you did want to change out your receiver to a totally different setup and go brushless. Like I said, you can use the ESC that comes with it, the stock ESC receiver combo, to go brushless if you ever wanted to do that as well. Anyway, so we're going to keep this one pretty simple. I just wanted to show an overview, show some of the differences here, and then we're going to go ahead and crawl this guy on some Crawler Trax. We have tons of snow outside right now, so I can't exactly crawl it outside, but we do have some awesome Crawler Trax. Boom, these guys right here, they have some new stuff they released, and we're going to go ahead and crawl this on that. Should be a good time. But before we do that, I want to go over a few little tiny things still. This guy, just in case you guys are wondering, this is a bind plug. I really wish companies would get away from these, but this is how you bind your transmitter to your receiver. It's just annoying to have one of these hanging around, or a bunch of them hanging around. We have so many. And or losing it, and then you can't bind your truck to your receiver. You know, most newer RTRs come with a transmitter and receiver that simply pair by pushing a button on the remote or pushing a button on the receiver, and they pair up, and it's super simple and there's no extra parts needed. I really hate these things. I just want to say that. So hopefully if Axial's listening, I know they know, I'm sure they know, but we cannot wait for you to move away from bind plugs with your newest version of electronics when that ever happens. When you guys decide to go to the next iteration, definitely, I'm sure it'll be not a bind plug. One other thing that I noticed about this guy is it does not come with stickers. The original Bronco did come with a sticker pack that had Wild Track stickers that you could throw on, and I believe there were a couple other stickers, even the little logo here on the side, all that stuff. It came with a sticker pack that you could, these hood pieces here, the details there. This one, I'm not finding a sticker pack. That kind of makes me sad. That makes me sad. I do want to say though, this Heritage, again, I'll show some pictures of them all. But that red and white heritage with the white grill and white top, man, it just looks so. It's even got the white wheels. Such a sharp looking truck. That one doesn't need a sticker pack for sure. But this plain Janie white guy here definitely should have some sick stickers to kind of liven it up a little bit. I think that would have definitely helped. So yeah, that does, like I said, it kind of makes me sad. We got a bunch of stickers, so it's not really an issue, but man, sticker pack, guys, come on, one sheet.
Yo, I grip the remote, power on the beast. SCX24, it's time to unleash. Bronco body gleaming, ready to attack. Crawler Trax grinding, leaving no path intact.
Tiny tires, now these shoes are just enough. Gripping on the edge, looking clean and tough. Motor buzzing and axles with a claim to fame. Creeping slow, taking names in the terrain. Crawl the edge, feel the power, grip the ground. Over obstacles, no limits to be found. Climb the heights, crush rocks under the track. SCX24 the king, yeah, you heard what I said. Bronco stance right, sitting mean and clean. LEDs glowing like it's part beast and machine. Crawler Trax twist, danger in every groove. Precision on point, got nothing to prove. From the gravel to the mud pit, we reign supreme. Mini RC king, this is more than a dream. Articulation flexing like it's pumping iron. Torque so savage, it's like breathing fire. Crawl the edge, feel the power, grip the ground. Over obstacles, no limits to be found. Climb the heights, crush rocks under the track. SCX24 the king, yeah, you heard what I said. Every ridge, every crack, it's a test. Crawler Trax, fight hard, never rest. Lift it high, let the suspension sing. Axial Bronco, crushing everything. I said
It's freaking cold out there. I tried to get some outdoor footage, but it is so cold. Still got some snow up in this guy. It's starting to melt. I haven't even been inside that long, but it is freaking cold. Super fun. Obviously, SCX24s handle really well. They're really good at low-end torque and whatnot. So, yeah, the snow's a little deep in some spots, but it's snow. I mean, it's not hard-packed. It's still soft. You know, it is what it is. But climbed these Crawler Trax like a beast. These things are no joke. Some of this stuff, I mean, look at that. That is quite the drop there. That is no joke right there. And this little guy, it's not like a super long wheelbase, so it just like drops right down in there. And you've got this peak here with the drop here in the front. Yeah, it definitely causes some twisting happening there. And this little guy, it did it, which is pretty awesome to see. And yeah, that's with stock tires, stock wheels. If you added some weight to the front, it would do even better. Crawler Trax has a whole bunch of different types of obstacles. This big one is their new one. It's the Frame Bender XL. Or NXT, sorry, Frame Bender NXT. And then this guy's the original Frame Bender. They're cool because they're super modular. You move things around and whatnot. But yeah, the Bronco, man, definitely a fun truck. I love the scale factor, especially if you're trying to get cool shots during the summertime, or, you know, when you can get out on some awesome looking rock, maybe through some little water puddles and whatnot. It'll look sick. Definitely kind of want to add more to them as far as scale stuff. Maybe get some rear lights, or I don't know, maybe swap out the wheels and tires. Try to add some, maybe we'll dirty it up. It's a white Bronco, so maybe we'll just get it like nice and dirty on there and get some, the body lines. We can use some wash. If you know what wash is for paint, it like seeps into lines and crevices. Throw some wash in there and it'll help kind of give it some definition for sure. Would definitely be cool. If you guys have any questions about this or any other SCX24, we've got tons of videos on our channel about all the different models, just about every SCX24 that's come out. We've got a review on most of the new models, newer models, and a lot of them are deep dive. We go a lot deeper than in this video. We just didn't go too deep here because, well, we've got the videos already out there. We also have like a what to expect with your SCX24. We'll put that video right over here. It's a video that kind of just runs through all the different SCX24s and talks about what's going on inside with the worm gears and stuff like that. Just some good information if you want to check it out. I think we're about done here. Why don't the white Bronco, it just clicked. White Bronco, OJ. Why don't you put OJ down in the comments? Just OJ. Just OJ. Letting people know that you watched the whole video. Yeah, I think that'll be a good one for that. We really love all the different ones they offer. Like I said, that Heritage is hotness. So definitely pick up the Bronco that you like. I don't know if you can still get the original ones. The one that we have in red, that red is so gorgeous in person. It's hard to convey on camera, but there's like red flake in there. Looks good. So if you're looking for one of those, try to see if they're out there. I'm pretty sure they're discontinued on the Horizon site. But now you're able to at least pick up another Bronco. If you've been looking for a Bronco, you can always try to find the body somewhere else or get the white one and then paint it. Good option, good option. Go ahead and wrap this up, though. I appreciate y'all for watching. I know your time is your most valuable asset, so thank you for spending your time with me and checking out the new Axial Bronco. A huge shout out to all these guys. These are all channel members. They get to see these videos early before anybody else, if they're allowed to see them early. On stuff like this, we can't show it early, but they do get to see videos without ads, stuff like that. So definitely worth becoming a channel member if you want to help support the channel and you want to see some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, things of that nature. Also, they get priority replies to their comments as the channel grows. It's hard for us to reply to every comment, although we have so far, but it's getting much harder. But as that happens, the channel members definitely get highlighted to me in the comments, so I get to see what channel members have commented, and they will get priority replies. Also, we have a Discord, so if you're into mini RCs of any kind, check out our Discord down in the description below. That Discord has an awesome community in there, people helping each other out, showing off builds, asking questions, answering questions, and channel members get a specific channel just for channel members in there. And that's a good way to reach out to me as well if you want to talk personally or ask me any questions. I will definitely see it in the members only channel in our Discord. We also have a bunch of Facebook groups and whatnot. You can check out our mini garage group. It's down in the description for all of our mini crawlers and RC cars that are small scale. There's a garage group, just awesome scale garage setups. We also have an SCX24 group. I'll put all that down in the description as well. You can check that out on Facebook. If you guys can't become a channel member, totally get it. Just hit that subscribe. That's a great way to support the channel as well as sharing. So like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell. All those things help out the channel, especially if you like these videos and you want to see more like it. I appreciate Axial sending this guy out for us to check out early and show off to you guys. It's definitely cool to see more options out there from different body styles, even if they're just re-releases with updates. The updates are almost always awesome. They really help their rigs quite a bit. Those oil-filled shocks are a game changer when it compared to the original with no oil-filled shocks. They're just so bouncy and sloppy. Definitely a huge bonus there. And yeah, get out there and build something awesome. Build a car, build a course, build a community. All those things are super important in this hobby. And then smash it, crash it, and bash it, but don't break the expensive parts. Peace.
I said